Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. This is Katie, and if you're new here, hi, welcome. I hope that if you enjoyed this video, you'll consider subscribing. And if you are back, welcome back. I'm so glad that you're back. I feel like every time I do one of these WIP and Chat videos now, I have to welcome all the new faces that are here because things have just been growing quite a lot lately, which is really fun. So just want to share a special welcome to anyone that is new again, that has subscribed since I have shared my last WIP and Chat video. It means the world to me that you are here and that you enjoy my videos enough to subscribe and follow along. I am a broken record. I'm a broken record saying I'm a broken record, but I'm here for the community. You guys make this such a enjoyable outlet for my sanity with my two little ones running around. So before I get into anything else, I don't want to leave you all in suspense. I would love to announce the winners of my 500 subscriber giveaway. No, I did not misspeak. This is for my 500 subscriber giveaway, which I had announced just a week ago. And it had been a few days before that I had announced that the giveaway was coming because I had just hit 500. So I'm not totally sure how many subscribers I'll have once this video goes up, but at the time of filming on Saturday evening, I'm at, I think, 7:45. So again, thank you all. Let's get to the fun stuff. This is my first giveaway that I've ever done, and I am just so excited to get to give back to you all. So what I did is I looked at all of the comments on my last WIP and Chat, and all you had to do was comment on the video. And I had said, as a bonus, if you wanted to share how you found my channel, that would be really interesting to me. And so almost everyone did share that, if not everyone. And so thank you. That was really actually insightful and fun to see. So thanks for doing that. So what I did is I went to a random comment picker for giveaways and raffles giveaways. And I linked to the video, and it pulled all the comments on that video, which I had closed when the giveaway closed on Friday evening, and hit generate to pick a winner. And the way that I did it, because I didn't have a good way to go through and manually, unless I would have done it manually, to filter through those of you that are international and those of you that are in the US. So what I had decided to do was pick the first winner, and then if that person, whichever area that person lived in or outside of the United States, they'd be the winner for that prize. And then I would draw again until I got someone that was in the other. I hope that makes sense. I did take video of it just because I wanted to be as transparent and above board as possible, so you could see the process of me drawing the names and know that I wasn't doing anything funny with it. So I am going to go ahead and insert that video, well, 2 videos, here for you guys so you can take a look. Drum roll. All right, so let's go ahead and find our first giveaway winner. Let's grab those YouTube comments. 88. All right. All right, ready? Let's start. Bev. Oh, yay. Bev, you are our first winner, and I know that you are in Canada, so you are my international winner of a Diamond Art Club gift card. I'm just going to double check and make sure that you filled out the Happy Mail form. And as long as you did, I will be getting in touch with you to get you your prize. Okay, now let's draw for our winner in the United States. All right, so we have our international winner. Let's find who will be winning my giveaway prize of a prize pack. All right. Let's see who it is. Melissa. Okay, Melissa, let me check and make sure that you filled out my Happy Mail form and confirm that you are in the United States. And as long as both of those things are the case, I will be reaching out to you to get your info to send you your prize. Thank you so much, everyone, and congratulations to the winners. So a huge congrats to Bev, who her name before was Momo B Diamond Paints, but she changed it just today to Bev Diamond Paints. Bev B Diamond Paints. She's super sweet. Go check out her channel. She lives in Canada, so she is my international winner. Bev, congratulations. I will be emailing you or sending you a message over on Instagram to get your info for that Diamond Art Club gift card. My winner in the US is Nana of 7 Crafts, or Melissa. Congratulations. I am thrilled that you won as well. You girls are both so sweet, and I always appreciate your encouraging and kind and supportive comments here. And I wish that I had enough prizes to give to all of you. I really, really do. But Melissa, I will be sending you an email or a direct message to get your info so that I can send you my prize pack of favorite things. If you didn't win this time, I'm sorry. I wish that I had enough to share with everyone, but look forward to, I hesitate to say it because I don't want it to come off as presumptuous or jinx it or whatever, but if I were to make it to 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing a pretty special giveaway then as well. So stay tuned for that. And, I'll probably just do some fun giveaways that don't have to be milestone based anyway. So, all right. Now that we have the fun business, I was going to say business, but it was fun, done, I am going to go ahead and get started with today's WIP and Chat. Now, if you are unfamiliar with what a WIP and Chat is, that stands for work in progress and chat. So I'm going to be working on a diamond painting tonight, and feel free to work on a project as well while we chat and catch up. It doesn't have to be diamond painting. It can be any other craft or housework. Like, I'm one to put an earbud in when I'm folding my kids' laundry. It can be any of those sorts of things. I'm working on my Josephine wall canvas. This is my beast of a canvas at 75 by 100 centimeters, full of confetti because it has 220 colors. And I'm just on the tail end of finishing another column. Once I finish this, I think I'm going to be about 2/3 done with this. These sections right here had a little bit of color blocking, and by color blocking, I mean there were a couple times when I got to place 7 drills with my multi-placer in a row of the same color. So that went fast. I'm challenging myself tonight, and I'm using a lot of new things, like not my usual go-tos. So this just came today. This is one of the smaller Muni-made trays. It literally just came in the mail today, and I haven't had the chance to try one of the smaller trays and thought it would be good for a confetti heavy canvas. I pulled out, this is my pen from, I believe, Deli's custom, her exact name? Deli's custom diamond painting pens. I only have this one pen from her, and I haven't used it in a little while, but it's really pretty. So I will link, I know she does her pen sales, I believe, through a Facebook group. I will look into that, and I will link it below in the description. And then I got this actually a few days ago, and I haven't used it yet, but this is some wax from Laura over at Anxiety Art Adventures. And I was anxious to try her new formula. This is her 2.0 formula. So this is in the scent Snow Day. Oh, I just got a whiff of it. Ooh, I love that. I don't remember what all of the scents are in it. But if you're not familiar with wax, she does weekly drops on Friday mornings. Sign up hit the heart on her Etsy shop, and that way you can find your way back to her shop easily, and follow her on Instagram as well, because she announces what her, I almost said flavor. Why do I do that with waxes? Don't eat your wax. Scent. She announces what her scent of the week is going to be over there. So you can decide if you want to try for it. And she always sells out. But okay, that worked. So I had heard try stabbing it instead of scooping it, and that stabbed really neatly on the first try. So that smells so good. I'm just going to leave it open so that I can enjoy that really pleasant smell. Okay. Let me grab some water real quick and then we will get started. All right. So how are you all doing today? I hope that you're doing well and that you are have had a nice weekend, since I believe I'll be putting this up. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it up Sunday morning or Monday morning. I am currently just really enjoying my weekend at home with my husband being off work. My kids have been so happy to just have lots of dad time. But it's been kind of an up and down week where it feels like I've had some really high day, good days, high days. Like the highs have been high and the lows have been a little bit low. And I mean, I think that that's just sort of the reality for a lot of people right now. But, just to share a little bit of what it looks like to be on the other side of the screen. So just to give some context, I went back and looked. I started this channel less than 6 months ago. Prior to that, I was really just generally not familiar with the YouTube scene, and I don't mean that in any kind of way. I'm not being disparaging or condescending toward anyone that just has been, into YouTube, has been a regular, watcher of various channels. I'm not making any sort of commentary on that. I'm just giving the context for, I feel a little bit out of place, I suppose, where I don't feel totally familiar with what the norms are, the expectations are, and how people will take certain things, what could be construed as rude or something like that, or so I had just started watching a couple of different YouTube channels once I had begun diamond painting last spring. So again, less than a year ago. And I didn't even start to look at it beyond the surface level until I had a couple of different people over on Instagram, suggest the idea that maybe I should start a YouTube channel. And so I feel like I kind of jumped right in the deep end. Is that the right expression? I just sort of, I feel like it's been sort of trial by fire. I've just had to do the best that I can as I go and hope that that's good enough and that people will be gracious to me for any etiquette or faux pas type stuff. Yeah, and let me just say that by far just about everyone has been extremely kind and extremely gracious, and I'm so appreciative of that. And I hope that that's not annoying to bring up. I'm just trying to give context. So when I was initially thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I had, and this probably sounds really extra, but I sat down to chat with my husband about it, and I said, so I'm thinking of doing this thing, and I don't want it to be it doesn't have to be really serious or anything like that. I think it could be fun for enjoyment and whatnot. But I know myself. I know how I can get a little bit wrapped up in taking what other people say or how other people respond to me or treat me. I can take that very personally, especially when it's on the internet and you're lacking tone, you're lacking the context of how someone's day has been or what their whatever their background is, whatever they bring to the table. So I, just told Adam up front, like, I want to make sure that I'm keeping my head on straight. I don't want this to become something that is detrimental to my mental health or whatnot. So the conversation that, we had at the time was like, okay, so inevitably, like there are of course going to be people that just don't like me, like that my personality bothers them, something about my approach in my videos, or the specific content that I like to share maybe bothers them. And I was like, that's fine. I know that I'm not for everyone. Like, I don't love every diamond painting YouTube channel out there. I don't dislike them as people. Just there might be some channels that they're, I just don't resonate as much with what they're sharing, and that's okay. So I said, okay, I know that, like, obviously I'm not gonna be for everyone, and I'm sure inevitably, like, there will be some negative comments, that could be related to anything. So I got my first, like, you guys, it was like a dissertation level of negative comment. And I'm laughing because, like, I can look back and laugh at it now. But yeah, this past week, someone had gone and commented on one of my older videos. And by older, I mean like a month or 6 weeks ago or something. And it was a novel length comment that detailed, like, very specific, like, all of the things that I was doing wrong and that were annoying, and it made me a poor presenter and public speaker, and how, she wanted to like my content, but I had turned her and her friends off so badly that I didn't get that subscribe button hit. And she, very curtly made sure to let me know, like, there's no need for you to leave any snippy comments or responses back to me, because I'm not going to read them. And then, like, tried to couch it in something like, I hope you'll take this in the, as like, I just want you to be able to improve. Here's the funny thing. She actually had a lot of really good points. I went back and rewatched that video, and, like, she was not wrong about a number of things that she said. I have, whenever I've gone back and watched or listened to old videos of mine, like, especially from earlier on, I have cringed. And I like to think that when I've noticed things like that, or as I'm looking for things that I can be improving, I like to hope that they've gotten better. Like, in that particular video, my audio was really inconsistent, and I was, it didn't sound good, and there were things about just whatever mood I was in that didn't come off very well. So here's the thing, like, I am 100% open to feedback and your thoughts. Like, I'm always telling my friends over, like, on Instagram, and just letting them know, like, please, 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 if there's something I am doing that is distracting or obnoxious, if it's something that, like, reasonably speaking, I can change, like, I can't change the fact that I have a really deep voice or something. I don't know. But I said, please let me know. I want to know, because I think I just probably have over time acclimated to certain things and they don't stand out to me anymore. But here's the thing. If you're going to give someone feedback, presentation is everything. There was nothing kind at whatsoever. There was no kindness in how that was written and how she was approaching it. So I think that, like, is tone difficult to read over the internet? Absolutely. But when someone is being nasty, like, there's not really a whole lot of mistaking that. So, anyway, so that that kind of distracted me for a good day or two. And I showed it to my husband and I said, I know that like this is just someone that either like has good intentions or is just trying to like, they enjoy getting under people's skin or something like that. And I said, but I need you to read it and I need you to say it to me so that it's not just something I'm saying to myself. I need you to confirm and it'll just make me feel better. And he read it and he was like, yeah, this is either a bully or a troll. Like, this is textbook. He's like, brush it off. Like, this is one of the things that he and I had talked about way back. Like, this kind of thing is just going to happen. And that's fine. Like, I promise I'm fine. It's, like I said, I'm laughing about it now. But he reminded me, so our kids have been watching a lot of the movie Wreck-It Ralph and the sequel, Ralph Breaks the Internet. And in the sequel, the whole context isn't important, but basically like there's a point when the main character is reading like the comments on his videos and like they go, there's some nice ones and they get really nasty and just discouraging. And then another character comes in and she's like, what are you doing? The first rule of the internet is don't read the comments. And so my husband, just to help me sort of shake it off and laugh a little bit, he was like, come on, didn't you listen to in the movie Wreck-It Ralph, you never read the comments? And I said, yeah, but 99.9% of the people in my comments are absolutely wonderful people that I love talking with. So not reading the comments is actually not an option. But he was like, yeah, but the spirit of it. Oh, yeah. So he says, oh no, he's playing a video game. He's at like the end of a game. Poor guy. You're fine. He's like, I'm sorry. Like, it's fine. This is the casual format video. So anyway, all this to say, I was very prepared for so like discouragement to come in the form of like what feels like sort of the outside in a way, like people that I'm not invested in or have like relationships with really, and that don't really like generally like not fellow creators. What I wasn't totally prepared for was just, some of the less friendly and less collaborative sort of vibes that I've gotten. And this is not aimed at, one particular person or anything like that. And I hesitate to ever bring up anything that could be construed as drama, because goodness knows the diamond painting community has had way too much of that lately. But just sort of discovering like some of the like very real toxicity from some people, and I don't know, discovering that you're being talked about in sort of veiled or not so veiled ways is disheartening. So that's something that I'll go to people like my friends and my husband and be like, I think of myself as a very easygoing and eager to like try to like get along with everyone and be very supportive of everyone, especially fellow creators in the crafting community. And just, I don't know, I've struggled a lot with that this week in particular, to find out that, just to discover there are people that can decide that they arbitrarily, or not arbitrarily, but that they might really not care for you as a person, and to have no clear idea of why that is. So this just ties back into, my husband reminding me like this is just part of, and my friends too reminding me this is sort of just part of like anytime you have a community or in a medium like YouTube, where it's very easy for it to feel like a competition. And I don't know. This is where I come back to, I wonder how much of this was missteps on my part because I wasn't familiar with just sort of YouTube and YouTube etiquette and whatnot ahead of time and what the expectations were. And my approach generally is to always assume the very, very best of other people. And even now I try to do that with everyone. Like, I'm always trying to say, well, they may have had a difficult week, and or maybe there was something that I did that was upsetting or rubbed someone the wrong way, and I can only just try to do the best that I can. And if someone comes to me and tells me that I've hurt them, then I will, of course, apologize and try to do better. So, I'm still sort of learning as I go, and I'm grateful for those that have been so gracious and willing to build wonderful relationships. So let's move on from that because I spent way more time on that than I ever intended. I wanted to update you all on my oldest son's, his name's Connor. I've said it before. Connor's IEP meeting was last Wednesday. Thank you all so much for the really, really kind words and well wishes for that. It went really well. Actually, we got to meet over Zoom with his team at the school, which was like his current teacher, and I think the principal of the school was in there for a little while. I think that's kind of standard for IEP meetings. And the school psychologist, the school speech therapist, and everything. And as it turned out, so I was, as I mentioned last week, I was really nervous that we were going to be talking about what first grade was going to look like. And I just was nervous because I thought, I don't know what first grade should look like for him. As far as, should he be in a separate, a self-contained like special ed class again, or like integrated with gen ed at all. And I apologize if I'm using terms that you're not super familiar with. It's all related to special education and what that looks like in the schools. Connor's autistic, and he has been getting support services through the school. And before he turned 3, we were getting services like through the state and the regional center, just extra help to help set him up for thriving in school settings and in life. It's helped immensely, and I'm grateful for all of that. But as it turns out, we are going to have a separate meeting in April or May to talk about first grade. I guess that's kind of standard. So the meeting that we had this past week was strictly just like an annual check-in. Like we have one of these IEP meetings every year to discuss like the goals that we've set and, how he did with meeting them, and to talk about setting new goals as well. It relates to everything from academics to social emotional skills. And so he did fabulous with meeting his goals from last year. And I'm really happy with what we've set up and talked about for him to have his goals for the coming year as well. I'm sure a lot of that will get modified as we get into first grade. And I'll be really curious to see, well, I don't know if we're going to be back in person or what this is all going to look like. I don't know if he's ever going to get to go back to the school in person before the end of the school year even. I hope so, but one day at a time. Grabbing another color. But I was really happy with how the meeting went. My approach to these IEP meetings and to anything relating to the services he's getting at school is I try to just approach it very collaboratively. I use that word a lot. Maybe it's just hardwired into my personality. I'm a very collaborative person. I don't feel like I'm going into battle whenever I go to talk to his teacher about, can we talk about getting some supplemental materials for Connor? Or do you think we could talk about adding this or that in? And it just feels like treating it like a team, and having people at the school that are willing to also treat it like we're on the same team has made it a really huge difference. So as far as my youngest goes, Mike has been a little less screechy this past week. It's been kind of fun. And he, specifically this past week, he has really taken to, when we have a movie on the TV that he's familiar with, which is, most movies, we rotate through things like the Toy Story movies, the Wreck-It Ralph movies, et cetera, et cetera. He's taken to saying a lot of the lines along with the characters, and I'm hearing words from him that are sounding more and more like words, and him saying words that I didn't even know that he knew. And so I'm curious to see if he's having a bit of a speech explosion, which I think that can be common for boys, but I'd really love to see hear some more language from him. Let me tell you all about my misadventure at Sam's Club this morning. So I grocery shop once a week at this point. I'm going to Sam's Club every other week, because even though my kids are 2.5 and 5.5, they eat enough food that I need to go to Sam's Club every other week. Let's put it that way. And so I went this morning to do my annual grocery shopping trip. Annual? No. Weekly. And also for context, I live in Southern California. It rains a handful of days out of the year usually. I noticed when I drove to Sam's Club that it was it's really overcast. I didn't check the weather, but I wonder if it's going to rain later today. That's important. It was not raining when I went into Sam's Club. I'm sure you knew where this is going. But so yeah, I got all of my groceries and everything like I usually do, and had everything in my cart, and was walking up one of the last aisles to go up to check out. It was a seasonal aisle, and they had just put out their summer patio furniture, which it's January, but whatever. Costco, Sam's Club are always 5 months ahead of whatever it is seasonally. Their Christmas stuff is out in September. Anyway, so I overhear this, someone else, as I'm starting to walk down the aisle, I overhear someone a little further down the aisle say, "Wow, that's a really good price for a deck box." And I did that comical stop and turn and look, because we have been wanting to get a deck box for several months, actually. It was back in, I think, October, when I was this would be really useful for corralling all the kids' toys that are on our back patio and whatnot. If you don't know what a deck box is, it's basically just I'll put in a picture here maybe if editing Katie forgets. It's just it looks like it's a long storage bench that is outdoor friendly, so it's not gonna fall to pieces or whatever by being outdoors. You can store stuff in it that you can store cushions for patio furniture, or you can store toys and stuff, which is what we're planning to do. All this to say, when I was on my big organizing kick back in the fall, October, November, I was I really would love to get something to store all of our junk on the back patio on. Deck box makes the most sense for our space, but it was October and nowhere had patio furniture out then. So I was well, I'll just wait. We can make it a few more months, and once I see it, I'll grab it. So, okay. Fast forward. Today, I overhear a dude say, "That's a really good price for a deck box." I look. It is a really good price for a deck box. So it's really large. And because I didn't walk into Sam's Club planning to get a piece of furniture, I had all my groceries just in one of the regular Sam's Club grocery shopping carts. But I thought, this is okay. I think I can balance this on top of everything. So I did. I managed to get it on top of the cart, like over all of my groceries, and balanced. I should have taken a picture. It was ridiculous. Anyway, so poor cashier and me are trying to like shift this thing around so she can get to the food and scan it and all this. It was the whole thing. I get to the, I go to the door you have to show your receipt or whatever before they let you go. And the person at the door was like, "Oh, do you want some help loading this into your car?" And I was like, "Yes, please." Like, this would not work well for me to try to do this by myself. So she called someone over and we walk outside and it's pouring. It's pouring down rain. In Southern California, where it rains a handful of days a year, it's pouring. We need the rain, so that's great. Like, I'm happy for that, but really, it gets better. So we walk to my car. I drive an older Toyota RAV4, which is actually a really compact car. And so the guy walks with me to my car, and I open up the trunk, and we look at the giant box, and we look at my trunk, and I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna like fit with my car the way it is, because, just to remind you, I did not go to Sam's Club intending to buy a piece of furniture. I don't know that you can call it an impulse buy, because it was like we had decided back several months ago, like, once we see this again at a good price, we'll get one. Anyway, so since I had not been planning to buy a large piece of furniture, my kids' car seats were still in the car, in the back seat. An older Toyota RAV4 only has the front row with the driver's seat and the passenger seat, and then the second row is like a bench style. And then there's a trunk, like a good sized trunk, but yeah. Again, compact car seats. It's pouring down rain. I say to the guy, "I'm so sorry. I wasn't planning to get large furniture today. Let me take out the car seats and we can flip the back seat down and slide this in." So I think, this isn't really sticky anymore. Let's try to reload. This smells so good. Okay. So I'm like, let me move my kids' car seats. Is that gonna work? Sorry, you guys. I wonder if I need to clean this all the way out to reload it. Maybe that'll work. Okay. So let me move the car seats. And that was a whole thing. I was having trouble, because of course, I was having trouble getting Connor's, it's a booster seat. Technically, it's not a car seat, it's a booster seat. But I could not for the life of me get that thing unhooked from where it was hooked into the car, because I had never had a reason to need to take it out since we had installed it several months ago. And then it was one thing after another. And then I was like, well, where am I even going to put these car seats? Because they're big. And so I'm like putting one up in the passenger seat just to rest there for a minute. And then so finally the car seats are uninstalled. I flip the back seat down. It's pouring down rain still. Like, it's still pouring. This poor guy, he was wearing rain gear. And every time I apologized, he was like, "It's okay. This is fine. I'm here to help," which he was very gracious. So then I go around to help him, and we get the box into the car and we slide it up towards the front, and it doesn't quite fit all the way in. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go, let me run up and I'll move the passenger and driver's seats up farther. Like, because at this point, you guys, like, I'm getting a storm piece of furniture home. Like, I'm not giving up on this. There's got to be a way to make it work. So then we finally got that box shoved in there, and it's still pouring down rain. And I've got a cart full of groceries that has been steadily being rained on while we've been finagling this box into my car. And so my stuff is soggy. I'm soggy because I did not dress for the rain because it's California. It rains a handful of days a year here. I don't check the weather forecast. I will now. This is our winter. This is when we get that rain. So he helped me load a couple of things into my car, and then he had to go like take care of something, and I was like, that's fine. And meanwhile, I'm like Tetrising these different pieces of things into my car and shoving stuff everywhere. It's still pouring down rain. And I finally get everything into my car, managed to get the trunk closed, managed to get all the doors closed, take the cart back, and go to climb into the driver's seat. And I swear I can't even fit behind the steering wheel. Like, yes, I am plus size, but like even someone that was smaller than me, like was not like a 5-year-old could have fit between the steering wheel and the driver's side seat. So I'm like reaching behind me and trying to like lift up the box enough so that it'll be at an angle in my car so that I can, hold that up with one hand and try to shove my driver's seat back with the other. You guys, I was a hot mess, like literally and figuratively. Like I'm all sweaty. I am like wet with just the rain has soaked my hair and my feet, and there's groceries everywhere. Like I'm practically eating the steering wheel. This is like, I felt really silly. And I look back, like I can look back on this morning and I'm laughing about it now, but at the time I was like, I should have just ordered the darn thing online and had it shipped to my house. Like, I'm pretty sure that with our Sam's Club membership that I think it comes with free shipping. So why did I decide that I needed to come home with it today? Because I'm certainly not going to be assembling it outside today. Like, it's not like there's a rush. We've been waiting on it for a couple months. What's a few more days to actually get it set up? So, needless to say, I made a stop for Starbucks on the way home because I was like, it's been a morning. I deserve a treat. Treat yourself. Anyone want to celebrate Galentine's Day coming up? And if you got those two references, can we be best friends? Please. So that was my adventure today. That was fun. Okay, I'm going to take a drink of water. I know that according to my friend that left me the dissertation on my last video, that my swallowing is really loud. So this is me being self-deprecating here. Not really upset. If you don't like the sound of water being swallowed, mute for a second. Okay. I'm in a funny mood today, you guys. I hope that I'm not like giving you all whiplash. I don't know. It's been kind of a weird week. There are things about the week that I still feel kind of giddy over, like national news level type stuff that I'm not getting into on my channel because that's not what I'm here for, but I feel like it just feels kind of like I can breathe again. That's how I keep describing it to people, and other people keep describing it to me, and I think that I still am kind of a little bit just feeling that relief coming down from that. So as far as diamond painting, things go and plans for that and videos and whatnot. So I'm over halfway done with my big, my really tall Randall Spangler dragons piece, the Firefly Fireworks one. It's going really quickly now because I'm up into the sky part and it's like all color blocking. I posted a picture on my Instagram today of it, and I was like, well, the largest multi-placer I've ever actually used is the 12 placer, but I have a 15 placer that came with a variety pack of the skinny multi-placers I'd gotten from Star Ore. So I said, given that this is like all huge amounts of color blocking, maybe I'll try out the 15 placer just since I have the time. So I haven't tried it yet, but I'll probably try loading it up tomorrow. Out of curiosity, if you like to multi-place, what size multi-placer is your favorite? My go-to, I feel like, is the 9 placer. I feel like just on a regular standard project, it's the 9 placer. I guess neither project that I'm working on right now is super standard because this one is so confetti heavy and so large, I guess. It's not really practical to use a 9 placer. Like this is, I think, a 6. Yeah, this is a 6 placer, and even this is kind of overkill. But it's a little more manageable, like if I have just two to place or what have you. As far as YouTube fun goes, I just finished filming an unboxing of a new Diamond Art Club kit that I'm excited to share about. The one that I broke my no-buy for from the new artist with the Disney-inspired art. I love it. It's adorable. And that may be a quick project that I fit in after I finish the Randall Spangler because it's a smaller canvas and has tons of color blocking. Like once I saw it in person, I was like, this looks like a 3-day project practically, depending on how much time I spend on it. I realized that, and this is not new, actually, but it's always a little bit funny to me when people comment on how quickly I get through pieces. And usually it's very like, what's the word? Not malicious, benevolent. Anyway, it's well-intentioned. Like, it's just like, oh my gosh, you're moving so fast. This is working up really fast. That doesn't bother me in the slightest. So before anyone here's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know that bothered you. That doesn't bother me. It's when every once in a while, like, there'll be a comment where there's sort of like an underlying sense of judgment to it. And again, I always try to look at that and go, okay, maybe I'm just reading into it. Let me assume the best of this person and what they, could have meant. Like, again, tone is impossible to read over the internet. Not impossible. It's really hard to read over the internet. So that was another reason this week was a little bit weird, is I had, oops, did you guys see those drills go flying? I was trying to squeeze one of them into place and it just like popped 2 of them up. Anyway, yes, I had one of those this week, and I mean, so yes, I do, I guess, work fast. This is like really my only hobby right now. I don't have other crafts going. I'm not leaving the house almost at all. And so I'm a stay-at-home mom, which I've mentioned before. And so my job, my work is taking care of my 2 little ones. And I don't have a complex about that. Whether or not you, as a mother, whether or not you're a working mom, a stay-at-home mom, a work-at-home mom, whatever your situation is, it's hard. Like, it's not a competition. We all have our challenges, and whatever that looks like for you, I want to remind you that you are doing an incredible job. You are parenting in the middle of a pandemic, and you're doing things that no one ever prepared you to have to do. You're doing an incredible job. please give yourself lots of grace. That there's your daily affirmation and reminder. Give yourself grace and find a way to take care of yourself this week. Anyway, all this to come back around to, this is my main hobby. This is how I relax. This eases my anxiety. Frankly, I diamond paint every day. And I have for a while. Some days I get to diamond paint more than others. I don't do a ton when my kids are awake. Honestly, the only time that I really would anyway is if it's the weekend and my husband is playing with them and I just want to take a few minutes to come sit at the kitchen table and just have a little breather because we live in a small space. Sometimes literally like that's the furthest way I can get is 100 feet in the kitchen instead of the living room where they're playing. And then occasionally, like during the week when my oldest is doing his remote kindergarten work, he sits at our kitchen table, like just right over there. And so sometimes he has difficulty focusing. So I will come in, I'll sit here, he has that sort of visual reminder and I can engage with him and help him, feel like interested and engaged in what's going on. I mean, remote learning is this whole other thing. I'm not going to get into that again, but suffice it to say that sometimes he needs someone to sort of be talking to him and filling like the waiting time and giving him some ideas and things that he can work on when he's finished his work early or something like that. So often if I'm going to be just sitting at the table anyway, I'll go ahead and set up a diamond painting. Almost never this one because this one is massive and takes up too much of my kitchen table, but I'll set up like my other smaller or like less space hog of a project. And sometimes I actually will end up getting kind of a lot done just because I'm in here and I can very easily stand up and go play with Micah for a little bit and engage with him. So I'm not neglecting my children. They're not being neglected in any way, shape, or form. And I use a multi-placer and I feel like I diamond paint kind of quickly. So, you all didn't ask for all of that context, but you got it anyway. Let's take a quick look. How long have we been going? Ooh, you guys, I've been talking your ear off for a long time and I've gone on a lot of tangents and stories today. So we're going to go ahead and call it because it's going to be a long WIP and Chat once I edit it all together. So really quick, brief thoughts. This canvas, like you can kind of tell, I made about as much progress as I would have expected given this canvas, but I'm hopeful that I'm going to work for a little longer after I stop filming. I'm hoping I can finish this section tonight because I'd love to share the progress with you guys on my Instagram account tomorrow. So if you're not following me over there, go take a look and follow. And if you are new and you are still listening, you're awesome. Hang out here for a little bit, right? Feel free to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. Like I said, I'm trying to stay in touch with you guys and share new fun things pretty often. I really like this tray a lot. This is a good size for this project because I'm doing mostly confetti, not a lot of multi-placing really. So I like the tray. I definitely think that the wax is an improvement from 1.0. Definitely. You did see that I had to refill it, but I mean, that's fine. Like if I'm using patty wax or something, I often have to do the same thing in a diamond painting session just because of probably how I place drills and whatnot. This pen is really comfortable. I like the skinny fit of it. I haven't used it in a while, so it was nice to try something different. And yeah, I like this. So yeah, this was fun to try new things tonight for sure. But I'll link all of the relevant shops that I've mentioned. I'll link those down in the description if you want to go check them out. If this video is fun for you, please, I'd love if you hit the thumbs up on the way out. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or what have you, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Congratulations again to Bev and Melissa who won my 500 subscriber giveaway, and I'm super curious to see if I'll be doing another milestone giveaway again soon. We'll see. It's exciting, right? So thank you guys for sticking with me and watching a really rambly and kind of roller coaster of a WIP and Chat tonight. I hope it was still fun for you all. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate all of you. Please be kind to yourself and to others this week. You never know what someone's going through. And give yourself lots of grace. All right. Have a good week. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.